lovelies, it's Miss Lady Lace here on my Glamour channel, and today I have for you my next pin-up hair tutorial where I'm going to be demonstrating this fabulous look that I've created. It's curls at the back, 2 victory rolls on the side, and some curls placed strategically at the front to create a poodle inspired look. Last night when setting my hair, I thought I'd just put in some curlers in a different way to try and achieve a look. So today I'm kind of experimenting with you and showing the look that I've created. Before today's tutorial, I have set my hair. At the front, I have a section like this, which I have put in my bendy rollers and they're bending forward. I have 2 side sections drawing down from this, which I've just rolled up into little victory rolls to set. And the back section is in my usual foam rollers. I'm going to start by taking out my side victory rolls and I'm just going to pin them out of the way. I'm going to take out my bendy rollers just very gently, and then I'm just going to roll these into little pin curls so they're out of the way as well. With the majority of vintage styling I teach here on my Glamour channel, we work from back to front. So at the moment we're just sectioning this out of the way so we can work on the back. So next we're going to take out those foam curlers and get ready to style that section. With all the rollers out, we're now going to brush out our hair. We're going to be very careful not to affect the front section as we're going to be styling that in a bit, but I'm going to brush this out in my usual method. So I take one section going down, brushing from the bottom of the hair and working my way up, and I'll apply that to this side section, the back section, and the other side. By working from the bottom up, I'm ensuring if there's any knots or tangles, I can remove them without damaging the hair or the style, and it's also ensuring I'm not messing up my sectioning. Once I've brushed these sections, I'm then going to work on combining the back section together, brushing all the 3 sections together. With that first layer of brushing now, I'm going to finish the style off by dressing it up. In many hair tutorials, they talk about just keep brushing it and eventually it'll do what you want. But in reality, you have to work on finishing off the style and adding in the elements that you want. For me today, I'm just going to divide that down the middle into 2 sections. And I'm going to work on brushing that together. And then I'm using the palm of my hand and my thumb area to brush that curl under, and I'm going to repeat that a few times through until it curls under, and then I just brush this all together. As it's day 1 of the set, I'm going to make it a shorter style and pop on a hairnet, as I find that helps the style last a little bit longer, gradually getting longer each day, or wearing a hairnet and keeping it nice and short ensures those curls last as long as possible. Next, I'm going to style my side victory rolls. We're working from front to back, so our next area is the side areas with our 2 side victory rolls. So I want to ensure that this hair is out of the way, so I'm just going to pull this over and just pin it out of the way for now, giving that a nice brush through. I'm going to brush it up on a high angle next. Taking my wide tooth comb, I'm going to add teasing using my C method along the back of this section. Taking a bristle brush, I'm then going to smooth that out. Taking a bit of hairspray, catching all those flyaways. If you find you have really textured hair or hair that's just flying out to the side, a pomade can be really good at this point to help slick it back a little bit more. Next, I'm applying my victory roll method. So I'm taking my 2 fingers, grabbing the hair at a midpoint, wrapping the hair around those 2 fingers, releasing, and then continuing to roll that O shape down to my scalp and positioning it how I want it to sit. I'll then take a couple bobby pins and pin that into place. Smoothing with a bit of hairspray, and then repeating on the opposite side. Starting by taking that section out and removing any knots in this area, brushing up on that high angle and teasing. Smoothing with our bristle brush. And the reason I use a bristle brush instead of a regular hairbrush or my comb is the bristle brush is just smoothing the top, it's not removing the teasing completely. Adding a bit of hairspray. Taking my 2 fingers, I'm applying that victory roll method. It's really important we're holding the tension in the hair as it's up on that angle, rolling around that hand, keeping that tension nice and strong. I'm then going to release my fingers, but keeping a hold of the shape, and then I'm going to roll down to my scalp. And if I'm happy with that, I'm going to pin it into place. I often like to put a pin through the middle of the style as well, as I feel that secures it nicely. Smoothing with a bit more hairspray. At this point, I just want to ensure that I'm happy with the 2 victory rolls, as it's easy to fix them up now if they're not as symmetrical as I'd like, or if there's an issue, I can very easily re-roll. Never be afraid to re-roll your hair. I do it all the time, as things sometimes just go wrong and they're very easy to fix at this point. So now we're going to finish with our front section, and it's already looking a little bit cute. So what I want to do is try and replicate this, but neaten it up a little bit and make it a bit more stylized. I'll continue doing as I have. I'm going to work from back to front. So I'm grabbing the very rear section and I'm going to put a little bit of teasing into this. Smoothing that and being very careful not to catch my other victory rolls. I'm then going to roll the curl that's already there, and then roll that down to the base and have a little bit of a play on with how I want that to sit. When I'm happy with that, I'm going to pin it into place. Moving on to the next section, as it's under this one a little bit, I don't want to tease it too much. So I'm just going to roll that back in and find a spot to pin that into place. For our next curl, so our little side one here, I'm going to put a bit of teasing in, smooth it out, take a bit of hairspray, and I'm going to do a bit of an infinity curl. So I'm going to place that there, secure that edge with a pin, and then I'm going to loop the curl around on this side. Ooh, that's looking cute. With the 2 last curls, I'm just going to take these out and have a play with how I want these to sit. So with this front one, I'm just going to take a bit of hairspray, smooth it over. I'm going to pull it back to here, pin that in, and then I'm just going to play with this curl. And with this front one, I'm not going to tease that either. I'm just going to give that a bit of a spray. So I think I'll create another infinity roll here. It's a very fine piece of hair, so I'm just going to roll the end in and have a play with where I can get this to sit. When I'm happy with that, I'm just going to try and pin it into place. Gonna take my tail comb and try and flick under any stray hairs. If anything's feeling like especially loose and you're going outdoors or somewhere windy, I definitely recommend just taking a little time to pin that all in and make sure that feels all nice and structured. And that's today's fabulous look complete. I truly hope you've enjoyed today's video. It's been so much fun making it and just having a play, seeing what I could create. I'd love to see any photos if you try and replicate a similar look on your fabulous hair yourself. Be sure to tag me on Instagram. If you'd like early access to videos, exclusive content, or to join my online burlesque classes, I have my Glamour community on Patreon. I'd like to thank all my patrons, but especially my VIP Glamour patrons, which are listed on screen now. The support you give me truly helps me in creating more here on YouTube. To follow my daily pinup adventures and for more pinup hair inspiration, I post super regularly to Instagram and TikTok. I'll pop a little link here as well as the end of the video. And to never miss out on my vintage fun, be sure to hit the subscribe button below, and I'll be seeing you all real soon.